Employees are defined by entering the Definitions module and selecting the Employees button. In the Employees module, again, you have your navigation keys, the pick list to locate an employee that you want to work with. If you want to work with an existing employee, you can use the next and previous and top and bottom buttons to navigate through your employees that are defined on the system, or use the Find button to locate an employee. Add, modify, and delete will allow you to create a new employee by selecting Add, or modify or delete an existing employee by navigating to that employee using one of the navigation buttons and then selecting the appropriate button. Let's go ahead and modify this record so we can take a look at the fields that are available in the employee table. First of all is the employee number. When you define a new employee, you will have to assign an employee number, and again, this is a number that you can create whatever type of numbering system you want, and you'll enter the employee number. Then you'll enter their name as well as a salesperson ID. The salesperson ID will be keyed into the customer definition and into the customer order screen to specify the salesperson for an order or for a customer. You have their address information as well as their telephone and fax number if that's applicable. Next, you have the Social Security number, which is required for the payroll module. Typically is information that you'll have on file for your employee. Their position, which again you can key whatever information you want to. The hire date would represent the date that you hired them. Full or part-time specifies the work schedule that they have and affects the payroll module. And then you have their accounting information, the number of exemptions that they're claiming, their tax status. Then you would have their hourly rate or their salary rate, which you would enter depending on whether they're an hourly employee or a salaried employee. The salary would represent their default salary amount. Finally, if an employee has been terminated, you can specify if they're eligible to be rehired again, if they've left your company, and then finally the current number of earned vacation hours that they have. On the next page, you see that we have the current number of vacation hours that have been used for the current year, the sick hours that have been used for the current year, and other absentee hours that have been used for the current year. Termination date, which would reflect the date that the employee stopped working for you, and then you have the commission information. Enter one of these options to determine how commissions will be calculated for this salesperson, whether they receive a percent of commission of the total amount, a percentage of the total sales that they bring in, or if their commission amount is based on the total profit margin of the items that you sell. Finally, you have some year-to-date information for their payroll data. Then you have their taxing information, which we allow you to define for each employee for their state and for their city tax, if that's to be calculated as a percentage of their federal taxes or as a percentage of their gross income. And again, that works for both state and for city tax. Then you have the termination reasons, which are 2 lines of notes that you can put whatever information you want to regarding that employee in, and their email address and website if those are relevant. And that's the employee definition.